Hey guys, welcome to SuperMarcelWorld. Chucky is back in Cult of Chucky. The film is directed by Don Mancini, who has been with Chucky as a writer since the beginning and who also directed the previous two films. What's so cool about this new film is that it brings together all main characters from the previous films. We see the return of Andy Barclay. The role is played by original actor Alex Vincent, who played Andy in the first two films and who did a small cameo at the end of Curse of Chucky. We also see the return of Nika, played by Fiona Dourif, the wheelchair-bound young woman from Curse of Chucky. And we also see the return of Chucky's bride, Tiffany, once again played by Jennifer Tilly. And of course returning as the voice of Chucky is Brad Dourif. The story. Now it is safe to say that Chucky changed Andy's life. Andy, now a grown man, lives outside of the city, armed with many guns and knives. His life still revolves around Chucky and he still has Chucky's head. Being held responsible for the kills in the previous film, Nika is being locked up in an asylum where she's treated for her mental illness by a Dr. Foley, who looks an awful lot like The Walking Dead's Rick Grimes. Now of course it doesn't take long for Chucky to appear and for all hell to break loose. What I like, the kills. What pleases a horror fan the most is a nice set of awesome and bloody kills. And this film has that. I'm not going to spoil all of them for you, but trust me, they're brutal. I love it. There's one in particular in slow motion with falling snow, falling glass. It's awesome. Humor. The film has a few comedic moments. They are timed and placed very well and they're never silly like in a certain previous film. A perfect example of this is Nika saying to Tiffany, "Did anyone ever tell you you look exactly like Jennifer Tilly?" With Tiffany replying, "Yeah, I get that a lot." It's so cool. Mixed feelings. Multiple dolls. Because of the title of the film and the people around Nika, I predicted that Chucky would have collected his fans, his sick admirers around him, and to have them turned into dolls just like him. Maybe even some of those fans working at the asylum, making sure that Chucky's will is executed. But although that would have been awesome, they did something different. Chucky now has the ability to just possess anyone and even multiple dolls. And although I think it worked out pretty well in this film, it's something unique and something new, I don't think we should see it again. What I don't like. The doll's voice. Now they changed the doll's voice. I'm not talking about Chucky, because luckily for us he's still being played by Brad Dourif, but I mean the good guy doll voice. The "Hi, I'm Chucky, I like to be hugged," that voice. Those lines were done with a different and new voice. And I imagined the reason for this being the use of some new lines, so the voice would be intact with the old lines and new lines. They just re-recorded the old lines as well, but this wasn't the case. They didn't use any new lines, so why not use the original recordings that has been used in previous films? Chucky's spell. You know, back in the day when Chucky used his spell, dark clouds would fill up the sky, there would be lightning storms, and it would be a really cool picture of those clouds coming up behind the buildings. I always thought that was an awesome effect. And here, they just became lazy. We have one shot of a darker cloud and there's a flash and that's it. I'm not expecting them to blow their entire budget on that effect. It's something so simple. Why can't you get that right? The ending. Chucky leaves Andy behind in a cell alive. I don't think that's something Chucky would do. Most magical moment. There's this one scene where Chucky has a conversation with a patient inside the asylum and she's totally cuckoo. And Chucky gets irritated and he promises to be right back to kill her, and he leaves mumbling the words, "Geez, fucking cuckoo's nest." Awesome. That moment had me cracking up. I loved it. Did you know? Original. Chucky's the only horror franchise maniac that's still not being remade and that's still being played by the original actor. Kent Military Academy. The Military Academy from the third Child's Play film is referenced in Andy's home in the form of a sweater. Overall, Cult of Chucky is a terrific sequel. It's another great addition to the franchise's return to form after a rock bottom low with Seed of Chucky. Throughout the film, Cult of Chucky makes you wonder and guessing about what's coming next. It's got a few solid surprises, a few terrific bloody kills, some fun comedic moments, and it takes the franchise in a totally new direction. If it's a good direction or not, I'm not sure. I have a lot of praise for this film, even if it leaves you with some questions. It's amazing seeing all main characters from the previous films coming together in this film. And the one that leaves the biggest impression is once again Fiona Dourif. She's such a terrific actress, and she already showed this in Curse of Chucky, but here she goes so much further. She's really good. In my opinion, the film's biggest jaw-dropper comes after the credits, where we see the return of Kyle, Andy's friend from Child's Play 2. Of course, this gives you the idea of Andy and Kyle chasing Chucky and Tiffany. Awesome! I give Cult of Chucky 4 out of 5 Chucky heads. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Did you see Cult of Chucky? Let me know below what you thought, how you feel about the film. And if you have the time, hit the like button, please do so. Or maybe check out some of the other videos. And of course, as always, I hope to see you back next time. Bye!